Welcome back to Bad Luck Garage. It is Sunday. I'm just now getting up. As you can tell, I've still got bedroom eyes, if you want to call them that. But we're going to go out here and get this thing put together and take it up to John's to do the crossover pipe.
Hey girls, what you doing? Watching the dog. I don't see a dog. Chester's a people. I'm a people, Daddy. I'm a people. Last night we got the passenger side manifold installed there. Looks good. Clearances are good. Our plan to use the factory heat shields may not work out though, because there is not a lot of gap there between the manifold and the frame rail, so I don't know. We'll just see. I'd really like to put those that was actually an idea John had, and I would really like to put those factory heat shields on here. I just think that'd be kind of neat, you know. But then over here, I am fighting with a bolt on the very back there. Okay, my phone's ringing. So things get a little crazy sometimes when you start getting frustrated, and you know, you get like a tension headache and it's really late at night. I walked right out here and got that last bolt right out, no problem this morning. But we do have an issue. Our driver's side, we're gonna have to do something else, because the flange, like it's okay now. I don't have it tightened up right now. When I'm tightened up, it clears it, but the problem is the flange is not hitting anything. But when I put my V-band clamp on, my V-band clamp is touching the frame over here on this side, so that's not going to work. We're going to end up having to cut this flange back off of our driver's side and probably welding some pipe to angle it up, like just doing like a little pie cut to angle it up and out or something. I don't know. We'll wait till John gets here and see what he thinks about it. Got our exhaust system off. You can see it over there leaned up against the wall, all in one piece. Maybe selling that soon. And we got our manifolds installed. This is the one I had to cut the flange back off of it down there. We're gonna have to probably weld a piece of 90 or something on there. So I'm about to take what I think is gonna be probably the loudest ride ever in this thing over to John's house. Okay, here we go. Oh my God! Ridiculously loud. And my passenger door just flew open. I've got to get this thing to John's quickly because this is freaking insane loud. Did you hear me pull up?
Oh yeah, it was pretty damn loud.
Before we get started on the crossover pipe, we're gonna have to address this driver's side manifold situation. So John's figuring out kind of the angle we need to cut it at right now, and we're gonna go from there. The good thing is we've also decided to move our V-band flange, you know, downstream a little bit, so that we can actually put the O2 sensor in the manifold piping on both sides. Good news, guys. We finally got the driver's side manifold. We've not finished welding it. We tacked it up. We're leaving it in here right now because we are working on the crossover pipe finally. We decided we're going to put the O2 sensor right here. That way I can bring my O2 sensor harness from the back and just bring it right back up the harness underneath all my covers here, and just bring it right down, boom, into there. You can see we've already got our V-band flange tacked on here, and then John's in there right now. We've got a piece of pipe. We've got this bend. It's going to be really close to the motor there, just how we wanted it, and it's going to be going across. Then over here on the passenger side, again, I want to put my O2 sensor real close here, so it's probably, O2 sensor is probably going to be about right here. So let's go in here and see what John's got going on with the crossover pipe. There he is, always on the fucking phone. That's why we can't get anything done. Either that, or it could be the fact that I slept till freaking 1 o'clock today.
Hold on, I'm sexting this hot chick who likes turbochargers.
Oh, her name's not Eli, is it?
Could be. Could be. She says, I like the way you spool.
Oh.
And I told her, I like your blow-off valve.
I bet you do. Here's you another pro tip. Don't buy your freaking flanges off eBay. I paid like, I think honestly I paid like $14.99 or something for this T4 flange, and I'm not even going to try to show it to you in the picture.
I will.
Well, yeah, it is warped as shit, guys. I mean, that flange is like, there's no way that's going to seal. And we thought about trying to machine it down. You see it just rocking. We thought about trying to machine it down to make it work. The only reason I went with that is because this is the flange from the STS turbo system. This is the flange from it, and I didn't want to have to chop, modify, do all that. So I bought this flange so we could start from scratch. But as you guys can see, it's warped. So we're back to using the parts from the STS kit.
I'll use this for like a lamp stand or something on the workbench, or paperweight, or something like that.
Well, I mean, we could probably machine it down at some point and flatten it out. But here's what we got going on, guys. We have got our driver's side completed. See the V-band there? We got our pipe going across down here and coming back up, and you can see where we're going to have our V-band coming off here. And tell us what we're doing now, John.
Now I am creating the merge pipe coming from the driver's side to the passenger side into this flange. I'm going to make another piece of pipe coming off this one with a turn this way, and I'm going to pie cut this piece of pipe here and bring them together and TIG weld them all the way around.
And then over here, you see a lot of people will run the turbo just straight, and the problem with that is there's no room for a filter. So most people, you know, if you're just building a race vehicle, it doesn't freaking matter, because you'll just, you know, put a screen over the inlet. But this is a street truck, guys. This is going to be daily driven, so we definitely want to run a filter. So we're actually going to be mounting it at an angle like he's showing you there, and then we'll have us an elbow coming off, and we will tuck our filter down there in the corner.
Yeah!
John, do you have anything else to tell us?
Yeah, don't text and drive. Fuck bitches, build race cars. Conor McGregor's gonna win. It's not the size of your engine, it's how you use it.
The over-the-shoulder TIG welder holder.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Yeah, get up there. Alright, so test fit this.
So it is now the next day. We had a lot of setbacks yesterday, and so we didn't get finished. But I had to go to get some argon. We actually ran out of argon right in the middle of all our welding escapades. And we also just ran out of time. You know, we had to redo so many things that we just ran out of time. So
I also had to go get some O2 sensor bungs. Oh, sorry. Guess who's not wearing their seatbelt? Anyway, I am back at John's house with the argon and the O2 sensor bungs. Hey, John.
Hey, buddy. Conor McGregor lost.
So I'm just full of all kinds of bad news, guys. One of my big 10mm Taylor wires here, the end pulled off. So, you know, I'm just going to trim it back and fix that. I think I've got enough slop that I can do that. Also, we're still waiting on a lot of parts to arrive, but I had ordered a 3.75, I'm sorry I'm yelling, John's in there grinding on our manifolds. He's about to weld the O2 bungs that I got in. But I'd ordered the connector that went from 3.75 inch to 3 inch, and I ordered a like 90, not even thinking about how far my accessories stuck out. So that was a waste of $15. Now I'm going to have to order something else because that's not going to work. It comes down and it just smashes right into this stuff. So I'm going to fix this spark plug wire and be back in a minute. And there we are, good as new. Oh, looky there, guys. Now we're getting somewhere. You can kind of see where it's going to be. Oh, see the orientation. What we did is we left. I'm sorry, my camera keeps flipping. I need to tighten this clamp up. We left a lot of room around it there to upgrade to a larger turbo later if I feel like I need to. So we've got, at this point, we've got all this done, and we are just working on the pieces. I don't know if you can see our crossover pipe down there, but we're working on the pieces right now to bring the crossover pipe up and merge into here.
This is a hostile fucking takeover. This is a public service announcement. Whenever, hear me, people, hear me.
Oh God!
Whenever you are as high-strung as Robert is, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's actually a really good thing because he does get a lot of stuff accomplished. I love the guy. He's awesome. But man, you cannot drink 15 Rockstar energy drinks. By the way, we're looking for a sponsor.
I'm a rock star!
You can't drink 15 of those a day and work on vehicles. You
I'm a rock star!
You just never get shit done.
I'm a rock star!
I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, he has to be more like me. Just calm, collected, relaxed. He's a fucking psycho. Anyways, back to your regular scheduled program. What do you keep staring at?
Okay, I gotta lay off the energy drinks.
About done.
You want to hold this?
No. Where do we need to, like?
Actually, hold on.
I mean, it's right there, dude. It should be able to tack right like that now.
Tack it in place before you do any shenanigans.
Hey guys, found the wastegate.
It's nowhere near as sharp as I wanted,
Hey John, what you doing?
but just welding.
Okay. I guess you can't say dieseling anymore.
Oh yeah, trying to fuck up this Chevy.
Trying to fuck the Chevy.
What I'm doing is strategically pleating a flap of metal inside of this pipe. So the first time he fires it up and racks it off, it busts off and goes right through the wheel of the turbo. Fring!
Fire in the hole.
Nothing.
Crossover pipe is done, and we are back home. Guys, so after 3 days and a few minor setbacks, we finally got Steppinwolf back home here. I'm still waiting on some parts. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and get the intercooler mounted, and hopefully the cold side piping will be here in the next day or two. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it, and I'll see you next time on Bad Luck Garage.